Hey there, fellow guitar people. It's good to be here with you. We're going to talk about how to play an easy muted strum for beginners and for more experienced people who haven't mastered this technique yet. I consider this technique an important part of playing guitar. It's used, of course, to add some variety to your strumming, but it also is used for playing melody notes and bass lines. I'll show you the technique, and then I'll show you a way to help make it natural for you. Then we're going to put it into a very useful strum pattern. Then finally, I'll show you how to use it with melodies and bass lines. Let's do this! The foundation of this muted strum is using your right hand to muffle the strings when you strum. That's why sometimes it's called a palm mute. Though technically speaking, you're not really using your palm, you're using the side of your hand, more like a karate chop or something. Now I want to start off by distinguishing two different types of mutes. We have the right hand mute. I often call it the right hand mute, but sometimes people call it the palm mute. And then you have a left hand mute. The right hand mute is caused by muffling the strings by, you guessed it, your right hand. Now the left hand mute is caused by releasing the tension in your left hand when you're strumming a chord. It works particularly well with bar chords because you see, you're touching every string. So when you release the pressure, all the strings stop ringing. But you can also use it with open chords. You have to do something a little different, like collapse your hands sometime to make them stop. That said, in this lesson, we're going to focus on the right hand mute. And hey, if you'd like to know more about the left hand mute, and maybe even how you can use it with the right hand mute together, let me know in the comments. So back to the right hand technique, you're going to karate chop the strings, probably close to the bridge. Now, there's some variety here. If you move it closer this way, you get a little different sound than if you move it back. Generally speaking, I'm on this side because I want a little bit of tone. Listen. You hear a little bit of sound. As you move this way, it gets to be more just dead strings. Right? There's room for both, but we're going to start closer to the bridge. I'd encourage you to experiment as you get going. So now, the basic technique. Step one, you dampen the string with the karate chop of your hand. Pick is up. Now, step two, you bring the pick down over the strings. Right now, I don't have a sound because I didn't make a chord, but I want you to focus on the right hand. Karate chop, pick down. Try this with me. Karate chop, pick down. Karate chop, pick down. So it's good to just get the basic motion. You probably noticed I'm not making a lot of movement, and that's actually one of the good things about this strum. When you make big motions like this with strumming, there's a lot of distance on each side that you have to close up really quickly, and it's a waste of energy. You'll notice really good guitar players generally stay close to the strings when they're doing this, and they use a little bit of motion with your wrist too. This takes practice, but you'll see that I could actually strike the strings without moving my arm at all. Just with my wrist. Okay, let's try it together now. Go ahead, karate chop the strings, pick up, now pick down. And again, it's the wrist and the thumb that's forcing the pick down. Again, karate chop, pick down. Karate chop, pick down. Let's try it with a chord. So we're on the same page, make some form of G chord so it sounds good. Now, karate chop, mute down. You might hear a little sound. Try it again. Karate chop, mute down. So that's the basic technique. I encourage you to experiment just a little bit, get a feel for it, and then we're going to apply it to a very simple strum to start off with. Okay, you got me. I just wanted to show off that beautiful sunset that I caught across the street from my house. I hope it helped you relax a little bit. We're going to go ahead and add something to this. It'll actually make it sound better and a little more fun to practice, perhaps. We're going to add an up strum. As you mute on the way down, it adds a kind of a percussive sound. Now on the way up, you release it. And together, it creates a rhythm pattern, a kind of percussive sound. Now this is a strum that you can use in some songs. Listen. Na da 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 da. Na da 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 da. Okay, for those of you who are much younger than me, maybe you don't recognize it. It's a Beatles song. So I know, a classic, not an oldie, a classic. So this is a great strum to get a lot of practice in on this mute technique. But you'll notice what I'm doing. I'm muting and moving the pick at the same time. So we're closing that gap. It's not mute and then pick down. They go together. Try that with me first. Karate chop and pick at the same time. A little awkward, huh? Try it again. Chop and pick goes down. Again, chop and pick goes down. This should take some practice, unless you're a natural born genius. Let's try it now with the up strum. So we're going to karate chop on the way down and then release on the way up so all the strings will ring. Try it with me. Ready, go. And up. I think you figured out I'm making a G chord. Again, chop and up. Let's move over to this side here, a little bit sound hole, right? Go, chop and up. Works, huh? A little different sound. Again, chop, up. Now, let's try it over way back over here near the bridge. See if we get right close to the bridge. Go. A little more noise, huh? Sound. Music. There we go. Again. Now try hitting your hand right on the bridge. Let's do that. Ready? Hit it. Ha! That doesn't work. Okay. Let's try it way up here. It actually is a thing. Try it. Go. That works. Can be used in some situations. Very percussive. No tone at all. When I hit the strings, it just sounds like a drum beat, a kind of a snare beat. Okay, let's try it consistently, slowly, but one after the other. And anywhere you hit on the strings, go for it. Here we go. Go. Up. Again. Up. Again. Up. Again. How's it going? Okay, breathe. Again. Go. Again. Last time. Now, again, you'll need to practice it. And if you're finding this particularly difficult, don't worry. I have another way to come at this. So hang in there and we'll get to it in a little bit. Now we're going to add something to make this into a longer full strum that you can use over and over, and add a few variations and it doubles and triples its value. Of course, all the while you're practicing the mute technique. So it's going to sound like this. We're going to go down, up, right? No mute, then mute, and then up, and do that twice. That's one full strum. If I were to count it, it would look like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's the whole strum. So try the first half with me. We're going to go down, up, and then mute, and then up. Ready? Go. Down, up, now mute, and the pick goes down at the same time, and up. Again, G chord, by the way. Ready? Go. Down, up, mute, up. Do it again. Down, up, mute, up. We just did one whole strum. Let's do it again. Now I'm going to start tightening up. Instead of making the motion like this, which I did for demonstrations, I'm going to stay closer to the strings, which is how I actually play. Down, up, up. You can change your dynamics this way, by the way, also, meaning louder and softer. Closer to the strings is softer. Louder. And of course, these are the kind of things that makes the song sound musical. Let's get back to the basic technique. Ready? Down, up, mute, up, down, mute, up, down, mute, up, down, mute, up. We need some chords. We got the G chord, but let's make it more interesting by adding a C chord. You can use any form of the C that you want. I'm going to use this 4-finger C. I got my third finger on the 6th string, 3rd fret, pick it right next to it. So this is going to move up 2 frets and form some form of D chord. Listen. Kind of a cool sound, huh? Because some of these strings are still open, so it has this kind of suspended sound. So altogether, it's going to be G, C, the D, and back to C. Let's start one full strum each, and I'll go slow. So try this with me. You got to try it. It's not going to work out just in your head. Here we go. Ready? Go. Down, up, mute, up. That's half a strum. Again, down, mute, Okay, now to that C chord. Any C you want, it really is fine. Go. Now move it up 2 frets to the D. Do it. Cool sound. Now back to C. Go. Let's do it again. Start with G. Go. And C. D. Back to C. One more time. Start with G. You got this. Now, I promised I'd show you another way to come at this. A lot of people find it very helpful to practice muting single strings first. And the technique is easier because you don't have to cover so many strings with your right hand. Not only that, but it's a useful technique in and of itself. Let me show you what I mean. Now I'm muting just like we talked about, with the karate chop of my hand, and at the same time I'm moving my pick with my thumb. It's a good way to practice small movements. Let me just show you those notes that I'm playing right quick, but of course any notes will work for this technique. I'm making a little pattern with the 3rd fret on the 6th string, 2nd fret on the 5th string. I'm using the pinky on the 5th fret on the 5th string, and then I go over to the 5th string, 3rd fret, 4th string, 2nd fret, and pinky here on the 5th fret of the 4th string. Now I'm using the pinky on the 5th string, 3rd finger on the 4th string, 4th fret. I'm using my 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And then I come down to the beginning by going down the 5th string, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, pinky on the 6th string, and then back where I started. Altogether, it sounds like this. And if you wanted to make it more interesting or more fun to practice, you could up it by adding a little rhythm to it. Listen. I know we've covered a lot. Kind of like riding a bike. It's easy to explain, but it takes a while to get the hang of it. I encourage you to watch the video again. And if you'd like some more help, check out my Real Guitar Success guitar program. Thanks for joining me for this lesson. If you appreciate what I'm doing, smash that thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing. I'll see you again real soon. Bye.